Who would have thought that after more than 6 decades in the music business, the Rolling Stones could still deliver what might be one of the strongest albums of their entire career? Just 2 years ago, the legendary rock band released Hackney Diamonds, a record widely praised as their best collection of new material in over 30 years. Produced by Andrew Watt and featuring a standout collaboration with Lady Gaga, it proved that the Stones still had plenty left in the tank. But now they've returned with Foreign Tongues, and somehow, it's even better. Once again produced by Andrew Watt, the album feels like another creative leap forward, and that's what makes it so remarkable. At this stage in their lives, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, and the rest of the band have absolutely nothing left to prove. Their place in rock history was secured decades ago. Yet instead of cruising on their legacy, they've delivered an album bursting with energy, ambition, and genuine inspiration. In fact, Foreign Tongues is so good that you almost need to listen to it twice just to make sure you're not getting carried away. It's the sort of record that reminds you why the Rolling Stones became one of the greatest rock bands of all time in the first place. Fans had already heard 2 tracks ahead of the album's release: the blues-infused Rough and Twisted and the classic Stones Sounding in the Stars. On many of the band's post-1980s albums, a couple of songs this strong would have been enough to satisfy most listeners. But Foreign Tongues goes much further. Across 14 tracks, there's barely a weak moment to be found. Every song feels purposeful. Every performance sounds fully committed. It's clear that both the band and Andrew Watt approached this project with one goal in mind: to make a truly great album, not simply another Rolling Stones album. One of the biggest highlights is Mr. Charm. Originally rumored to be the lead single, it's easy to understand why there was so much excitement around it. The track sounds like a lost gem from the Some Girls era, packed with swagger, attitude, and infectious energy. The fact that musicians in their 80s can still create rock music this vibrant is genuinely astonishing. Then there's Jealous Lover, a more reflective mid-tempo track that evokes memories of wild horses. Mick Jagger's falsetto, something we don't hear often these days, cuts beautifully through a blues-pop arrangement that feels tailor-made for radio and streaming playlists alike. The quality doesn't stop there. Tracks like Divine Interruption, Ringing Hollow, and Hit Me in the Head bring plenty of fire and momentum, while Some of Us offers a rare and touching duet between Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. It's one of those understated moments that quietly becomes a fan favorite, and hidden deeper into the track list is Covered in You, a song packed with memorable hooks and lyrics that linger long after it's finished. What's perhaps most impressive is that this album arrives at a time when most artists of the Stones' generation are simply enjoying their legacy. The Rolling Stones, however, seem determined to keep creating, keep evolving, and keep surprising us. The result is an album that feels less like a nostalgic comeback and more like a genuine artistic statement. Simply put, Foreign Tongues feels like a gift nobody expected, but everyone can appreciate. If first impressions are anything to go by, the Rolling Stones have once again shown the world why they remain one of the most important and enduring bands in rock history. And just like the best records, this is an album that deserves to be heard properly through a great pair of headphones or a decent sound system, not merely as background noise. It's rich, detailed, and full of the kind of musical craftsmanship that's becoming increasingly rare. For a band more than 60 years into their journey, that's nothing short of extraordinary.